we are here in the Jurassic room, and today we have more new Hammond Collection figures to take a look at, and this is a triple feature because we have the Tiger Velociraptor, the Stygimoloch, and the Troodon all here in my collection to unbox and take a look at. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a closer look at these awesome new figures. So here are our new Hammond Collection figures. So let's look at the packaging first. And first off, we have the Raptor right here. We've got a pretty cool render, which is actually kind of interesting because it's a reused render of the old JP3 Raptors, and they just made it look like the Tiger Raptor. It doesn't look too bad, but it is kind of interesting. And then of course we got Hammond Collection Velociraptor right here and True FX along with Jurassic World along the top. And then on the side, we get a little bit of a picture of the Raptors with a little bit of a description. And then on the back, we get another description and more looks at our actual Velociraptor and its features. And of course, the other two dinosaurs that are in the line, which we are also taking a look at. Now to the Stygimoloch, same thing. We've got a cool Stygimoloch render right here that wraps around the box with the same markings everywhere else on the box. Another picture of the Stygi on the side with a little description, and then a better look at Stygi's features with another description, and of course the other two figures once again, which is cool. And then we have the Troodon, of course, and this one's interesting because this has that same reused JP3 render, but it's like photoshopped around to look like a Troodon. It is really, really weird, but again, the figure does look pretty cool, so I'm not going to complain. Again, same markings as before. Another picture of our so-called Troodon from that photoshopped picture and a little description. And then, of course, on the back, another description, better looks at our Hammond Collection Troodon figure and advertisements for the rest. But let's go ahead and get these three out of the box now. Now that they are all free, let's go ahead and take a look at them. And the first we have is the Tiger Velociraptor, which honestly, in my opinion, is looking really cool. I had heard some people complaining about the bottom jaw, and actually I can kind of see what they're complaining about. It doesn't like perfectly line up. You can kind of push it back in there and it looks a little bit better, but he's got like a little bit of an underbite because of that. But when you have the mouth open, it does look pretty good, and the actual sculpting looks awesome. The paint job also is really sweet on it, as all of you can see. Now, where it goes with the articulation, we've got the arms, of course, we've got the elbows, which is cool. We've got a pretty good swivel for the head, so you can get it into some different positions. A little stiff at first, but that's pretty normal. And then, of course, we got the mouth, which is what a lot of people are complaining about. But again, if you keep it opened, I guess it doesn't look quite as bad. It does look a little bit too long on the jaw. Then, of course, we've got articulation on the leg, the knee, and then down at the ankle. And then of course we've got the bendy wire tail, which is pretty cool and helps to add to the playability of this figure. But other than the bottom jaw, I will say this one does look really, really nice, but I can see how people have a lot of gripes with that bottom jaw. That can be frustrating, but overall this one still looks really cool and I'm pretty satisfied with it. Next up, we've got the Stygimoloch, and this is one that everyone is saying is really, really nice, and I can see why. I don't really have any complaints about this figure. The sculpt is absolutely beautiful, as all of you can see, and the paint job is great. Look at like the weathering and stuff they did on its skull. That looks really, really cool. Obviously, the head sculpt looks nice. We got the glass eyes like they do with all the Hammond Collection now, and now when it goes to the articulation, we've got a little articulated mouth, which actually works pretty good, as you guys can see. Of course, we've got it on the head and a swivel around so you can get the head into some different positions with its neck. We've got arms on a ball joint, and of course, elbow articulation. We've also got standard leg articulation, knee and ankle, and just like the Velociraptor, we've got the rubber tail with the bendy wire in it so that you can get it in any sort of direction you like. But this Stygimoloch is looking really nice. This is probably the best sculpted out of the 3 new Hammond Collections that we are seeing in today's video, so I'm really digging this one and I'm super happy by it. Looking great. I would highly recommend that all of you add this one right here to your collection. Now we've got the Troodon, and honestly, I really like this one. First off, it has got a really cool sculpt because it is just a wacky creature, as all of you can see, and I don't mind the paint job. Maybe it could have gone down the tail a little bit more, but overall, it does look pretty sweet. The sculpting is pretty cool, and look at those crazy looking eyes. Those are pretty awesome, which is what the Troodon has always been known for me. I think they could have done the eyes a little bit bigger and made it look like the Troodons from the Telltale Jurassic Park game, but that's all good. It's not the end of the world. But again, we've got some pretty good articulation. We've got the mouth, as you would expect, a little bit on the neck, and then here's what's kind of cool. We've got kind of a bendy wire in the neck a little bit. It's not as loose as some of the rest of like the tails, but it does give you a little bit of a feel of posability with this thing. And then of course it can go up and down as well. Then we've got the bendy wire tail, like all of the different figures have. We've got regular arm articulation, elbow articulation, like a lot of these figures. Same thing, we've got leg articulation, knee and ankle articulation, which it seems like most of these figures have. But honestly, I really like this Troodon. I think this is my second favorite out of these 3 figures. It's got a kind of softer rubber for its little like feathering on the back of its back, and on the top of its head it is slightly softer than the rest of the body. But again, this one is looking really cool, and the other 2 are looking pretty cool as well, not gonna lie. I am pretty happy to have all these in my collection now. But now let's go ahead and take a few action shots of all 3 of these so we can get a pretty cool look at them. I'm super excited to have all 3 of these new Hammond Collection figures here in my collection with me now. And for any of you that are curious as to how I got these new toys, make sure you stay tuned to my next Jurassic World toy hunt. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.